Alright, welcome to CeeLo Media, and in today's video we'll be tackling the fuel system on my GSX. I have a Radium fuel pressure regulator, and then I got FIC injectors. I forgot the size. I think they're 1000 cc's. 1000 cc's injectors, FIC. And I have 2 rolls of 6 AN lines to make the fuel lines, and that's what we'll be tackling today. I also have a fuel pump. I think it's a HELLCAT fuel pump. I forgot the size. I think it's 550. I think I'm gonna put the picture up right here of what size fuel pump I have. But yeah, that's in today's video. We're gonna mount up the fuel pressure regulator. I already started. It kind of had to like open these a little wider for the mount. Installing the fuel pressure regulator with the injectors, making the lines, and also I have what's this called again? A fuel filter. I have to mount the fuel filter as well. So the first thing I want to do is mount the regulator, and then go from there, start building lines around it, and yeah, so let's mount this up and then go from there. So for the fuel pressure regulator, I feel like right here will be perfect. Right in this little spot. It's out of the way of everything else. So I think you get a better look right from that angle. So right here. And yeah, let's go from there. So I just made 2 little dots right here, 1, 2, and that's where I'm gonna drill these holes. And yep, made the hole with this, just nice little scratch. I'm gonna drill 1 hole here, 1 hole here, and then go from there. Alright, so I just made the holes. I'm getting the nut insert ready to thread that hole I just drilled, so come with me. Alright, so you can see after doing the nut insert, I have a threaded hole now, so I need to do this side as well. Alright, so this is how it's sitting. Got the regulator mounted right here. Got the gauge, the radium gauge on this side, feed on this side, and return on the bottom right here. So swivel. Got the return right here, and then this side's capped off. That's how it's sitting. So the feed was gonna go from here to here, and then the drain is gonna go back down back to the tank. So next I want to do is install this fuel filter. I'm gonna mount it somewhere right there, and then this 6 AN is gonna go from here to here. Alright, so the reason I put the fuel filter here was because I was thinking about putting it down here, but I wanted things to be more easily accessible, like easily to take off and take off. So I could reach the AN line here, it's just more convenient for me to have it here. It's still gonna look pretty clean. It's just and I still have enough space for the elbow and the piping to go to here. But yeah, the only reason I put it here was because I just want things to be easily accessible. Even though right here would have been still fine, I just know here would just make it a little bit more easier for me. So it's gonna fall. So next thing I want to do is put the injectors in. the injectors. I want to put the injectors and then make this line here, and also make that line from there. And I know I'm gonna have to clearance it a little bit more because I can already see it's hitting this this shield, I guess you could say, or the back plating. Saying that it's gonna hit the clear cover as well, so I have to make some clearance so I could do like a 90 to here. So let's go from there. First I want to make this line. This is the easiest line to make, so I'm gonna go from here to here. All right, so like I showed you before, I got this AFC 1000cc injectors. We're gonna install them. They look taller than the OEM stuff, so I want to see where it's gonna sit. Hopefully I don't need longer bolts for the rail. But yeah, let's get these installed and go from there. I'm gonna show you. Alright, yeah, this. Got the injectors installed. The height didn't change. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna give this a. I want to clean this up somehow. I don't know if I'm gonna paint it, sand it down. I don't know, but yep, this is good. So yeah, I'm gonna make a line from here to here, and then go from there. All right, so I took a little break from last clip to this clip before I cut that line. So I'm gonna cut that line, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it right now. So kind of measured it. I got the tapes on here. Got a line right there, a line right there. Gonna cut straight, and yeah. There you go. Cut. Not too bad. I don't have a compressed air to blow this out, so I got brake cleaner. Alright, so I don't have a vice grip. So you gotta get this end of the AN line on here, like that. I saw this guy on Instagram. Usually I would just twist it by hand. I'll twist this end by hand inside. But I saw this guy on Instagram. He got this. My first time doing it, and he just goes in like that, and you can't see it on camera, but it's flush to the end. You grab this and twisted it on. Okay, that's as far as I can go with my hands. I don't have aluminum wrenches. I have to use these steel ones. It does mess up this, but nothing I could do about it. Someone's trying to start their car. I don't have a. Usually I'll put this in a vice grip. I don't have a vice grip here. I need to buy one. So you just grab these two and turn it. Alright, so after screwing it on, I scratched a lot, but you know what, it's whatever. Still gotta do this end. I'm gonna do this end, and then I'm gonna install the line. Alright, first line made. Let's test fit it. Test fit it on the car. So the straight will go right here. Alright, so this is how the line was made, from here to the fitting. Easy. I wish it was a little bit more straight, but you know what? I might redo it. Depending how much line I have left. But yeah, that's the first line done. And since I already showed you how I did these fittings, I'm gonna continue on. As I'm doing them, I'll update you guys. So next is this one. I have to clearance this right here, and yeah, so from there to there. All right, so everything's done. I didn't record. All right, so everything is done. I didn't record me finishing it up, but I'm going to explain the whole system right now. So the last thing you seen was me making this line here, and this is the feed line, the first feed line here, and then I made the return line, the first return line right here. I keep like that, it goes right here, and I said I had to clearance this, so I bent this down, and I had to cut the cam cover, and I took too much off, but you know what, whatever. I don't like that the cam's showing right there, but nothing I can do about it now. So yeah, so made this line next, and then this is a regulator, right? This is the return line. So if I could get that to focus, it comes off this banjo right here. There's a swivel. It goes down. It goes down right here, and this also goes down, and they both meet up down there. I won't be able to get it, but they both meet up in the same point. They both go down. You can see it, one right there and one right there. They both meet up right here. All right, let's go into the car now. All right. All right, so they both come out through here. This side is the return, this is the feed, and I got these clamps to hold them together, and I tucked it alongside all this, and another clamp right here, and I tucked it alongside all this like that, and it goes all the way down. See it all alongside here. I try to tuck it under these lines best I can, and then it goes up. It goes up into the inside. So again, right side is the return, and left side is the feed. So we come back here, and I did clean up a little bit here. It was really dirty. There was rat droppings, and I ended up cleaning up these up before and after. So yeah, cleaned this up before I went into this. And here, so the feed line is this one. So this is the feed line here. This is the feed line, and it goes into this adapter. So this, nothing's tight. So this adapter, you get it off STM tune, and this is the stock banjo that goes into the stock feed. So when you're doing AN lines, you're gonna get this adapter from STM tune. It screws on, and then it converts it to a 6AN, and you just screw that on, right? So the return, there's no pressure in the return. So there's no pressure in the return. So I got a 6AN to a banjo. So this will go here, and then there will be a rubber hose that goes from here to here. You don't have to do it like me. I'm just showing what I did. And so yeah, this barb fitting will go to this barb fitting, and this is the return, this is the feed, and that's how I did everything. So yep, this is how I did it. Everything came out pretty good. I wish I had AN wrenches so I don't scratch up, but you know what, I gotta work what I can, and money has to go to other sections of the car. So yeah, that's how the fuel system came out. It wasn't difficult. I've done this before on the other cars. Again, feed line, return line, goes back. They both meet up and go to the back. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoy the video. I do have fuel pump and the kit to wire it up with the relay and everything. I got this off STM tune. This is a HELLCAT. Oh snap! This is a HELLCAT fuel pump, and we'll see. So yeah, then I don't know if that's probably not gonna be the next video, but that's something I have to do next, is put that in and wire it up. But yeah, I'm not too sure what will be the next video, but I'm gonna just keep tackling this and get it done, you know. So thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.